Chippendale since the beginning of time, since 1978. But I grew up in the country, so I guess in a way I'm coming home, at least in terms of growing food. Food is the biggest cause of climate change. It's about the biggest single after burning fossil fuels. The average grocery shop for an Australian has travelled 21,000 kilometres. A meal has got about 2,000 to 3,000 kilometres in it, times 3 meals a day. That's 6,000 km. You know, that's a lot of energy to get your food. We're right in the heart of the city, at least an hour's drive from many farms. And the research is clear by the United Nations and by Australian research that in the next 10 years we are going to run out of food sometimes. We're going to find food very expensive, and we are going to, as a country, experience scarcity. So I need to grow food where I live and work, as does every Australian. I did a couple of small plants in front of my own house and in front of some other neighbours who agreed with me we needed to do this. After I had done that, I then got a couple of council officers out and explained to them what we were doing. Importantly, I did not ask them for consent. That was never put to them. Never ask councils to approve something that they've never been asked to approve before, because councils are risk averse and they'll never say yes to something that's new. It's been remarkable. I just walk up and down, I hear conversations. People who work here, they stop and they now say, to change my attitude to the street, I clean up the rubbish, and now I take my shower water down and put it on the tree. In October 2008, we had a fair where all the farmers from the places where we'd been buying food. The fair was essential because it gave me the confidence that I wasn't just having a conversation with myself. And the council, parks officers, who by now were quite persuaded of the community support, gave us 200 fruit trees, and we planted them. There have been quite a lot of leaves that can be used to make tea or to flavour curries and spices and fruit salads produced. 2 300-litre compost bins in the public park. And I haven't had one adverse criticism. I've been amazed how people who know nothing about all the issues that I'm talking about with you say, that's great. The biggest obstacle has been my own ignorance about how to grow fruit trees. We've lost about 30 trees, probably about $800 or $900 worth of trees have been stolen. Key thing is trust yourself. You don't have to be a gardener. Next time you're going to the grocery shop, see if they've got a fruit tree, buy it, come back home, even if you just stick it in a pot. I'm doing this because the research I've got indicates that in about 10 years we'll have food scarcity in Australia. If you're listening to this or watching it, imagine what you'd do in 10 years' time if there are no oranges, or the only oranges that you can get are $3 or $4 each. Imagine.